not
I
what he has indicated.
With all due respect, I've run more campaigns than you, and I know what campaigns are about, and I know why people walk into voting booths.
Why people walk into why?
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Opinions Vary. That's Opinions with an A. And we're going to watch another slam dunk contest that Scott Jennings dominates on CNN, which he's enjoyed doing, especially since Trump won this election. He has been slam dunking on these people. This is an Abby Phillips roundtable, which always gets out of control because she has no idea how to control her panel. And it's entertaining. So let's just get into it and see how Scott Jennings dismantles, especially Stephanie Rampell, who might be the most smug twerp on television.
The rest of this transition unfolds, whether it's picking attorney general or any of these other high-level positions. I think we ought to all look at this as a wise decision, a good decision, and for everybody out there wanting Trump to pivot or change or somehow whatever you want him to do, he just won a mandate from the American people to execute.
She's the worst. She is really hard to deal with, and you know he wants to smack her down. Not physically, but verbally. Let's see what happens.
Execute on the program that he laid out in this election. It wasn't particularly close, and I think he ought to put people in place who are going to do it. That's what the people are asking for.
Who will go after his enemies? I mean, that's
not what he ran on.
Yes, it is. It is explicitly
That's not what he ran on. That's not what he ran on.
It's really unbelievable. These people hear what they want to hear and see what they want to see. That's it. He didn't run on going after his enemies. And you know what? If he did maybe say a little bit that he'd want to, I don't think that's a problem considering what they've done to him. These people are unbelievable. They're allowed to ruin his life, charge him with made-up crimes, drag him through court, change statute of limitations on civil cases, change statute of limitations on criminal cases, zombie charges, turn them into felonies, and convict them on nonsense. Try to throw him in jail. Try to throw him off ballots. Man had 2 assassination attempts, was shot in the head. And no, Trump can't say anything about that. He's just got to be the gracious, good little boy and take all their crap and now be gracious and run the country the way they want to. And they still want him to run the country the way they like it. No, sorry, not going to happen. He has a mandate, and I hope he rams it right down their throat like they would to us.
Look at what he said in the past week. He literally said that he was going to exact vengeance.
You still don't understand how you lost. He ran on immigration.
Don't say me. I'm not a Democrat.
He ran on immigration.
I'm a journalist.
He ran on inflation.
I'm not here paying to represent one political side.
She just said she's a journalist. That has to be the funniest thing I've ever seen on television. I tell you, you should be a comedian. Don't be a journalist. You should be a comedian saying stuff like that. Wow.
He ran on the issues that people care about. He ran on the economy.
Nobody's saying that he didn't run on those things, but he also ran on vengeance.
Yes.
He did also run on going after the people who went after him.
The people who, you just said it, you fool. The people who went after him. They don't even hear what they say. They're so deranged. They are so orange man bad deranged. They don't even hear what they're saying. It's really incredible. People that went after him. He wants to go after the people that went after him. Oh, well, really? Wow, what a shock.
It was a key feature of all of his speeches.
Yes.
Scott, he literally said, I am your retribution, the Biden crime family. Lock her up.
Lock her up was Hillary, which he didn't. He could have, but he didn't. The Biden crime family, yes, their son is now a convicted felon for an actual felony. Keep going.
Went after Sessions repeatedly for not doing what he wanted Sessions to do, which was to indict.
Jeff Sessions is walking around the free man. Did Donald Trump throw Jeff Sessions in jail is something that we don't know about. The rest of the normal people don't know about because we're the normal people. You are not the normal people. You are the ones that are orange man bad deranged.
Hillary or whoever he wanted to.
You can want his campaign to have been about, tax reform and things like that. That is not what he said on the stump.
Oh, my God. Again, they don't even hear what they're saying. They don't hear what Trump said. They hear what they want to hear, and they see what they want to see. It's really this is something we will never see again, ladies and gentlemen. This type of just how somebody has broken so many people from just being logical, any sort of logic. We'll never see this again in politics or anywhere else, I don't think. It's something that needs to be studied.
Time after time after
And
time.
also
He
the
talked about
January-
going after his enemies.
I'm heartened by the fact that the left still cannot
Even
figure
if
this
you
out.
just
It's good-
take
it's a
the
good sign.
January 6th part of it, he made that a big part of his campaign, that he would, if he were in power, pardon those people. You can't say that that was not on the agenda. It absolutely was.
So what? He's pardoned a lot of people. He pardoned a lot of people of color. Abby Phillips in his last administration. The First Step Act, and then he got a lot of people out of jail, and then he pardoned a lot of people. So he can pardon whoever he wants. That's called the presidency. That's called winning the presidency. That's called, I think someone named Barack Obama said elections have consequences. Oh, well.
What was the campaign about? Why did tens
Okay, but do
of
you think that
millions
he's
of
going to
people...
do those other things when it comes to the Department of Justice?
I don't know what he's going to do. I don't
big
talk
part
to
of the
him.
campaign
I'm
was being a victim. Like, that was a big part of it, was his
And this is let's see, the other guy I think across the table might be a conservative. I'm not sure, but you got 1, 2, 3. You have a 4-on-1 here against Scott Jennings with Abby Phillips, who's not a journalist, she's an activist, and these other 3. So he's 4 against 1, and now that Trump's won this election, you could just see the look on his face. He knows he could just slam dunk them anytime he wants, and it's really something great to watch. I love it.
victimhood. They're coming for you, but they're going to have to get through me. That was his whole line. That is all about the enemies list. That is all.
No, that's about him saying that they're really just trying to ruin your lives, and they're going to go through me to get to you to ruin your lives, which they're trying to do. Censorship. Go to a school board meeting and complain and have the FBI knocking on your door. Mandates, all that stuff. And so much more that I'd be here all day.
I totally disagree.
The deep state.
That's not.
This is the stuff that he talked about on the stump.
There
Unless
is a
you just
deep
don't want
state.
to listen to him. Those
No,
are his own words.
I listen plenty.
Scott, if
His face, it's great.
you believe that people who violated the Capitol on January 6th committed a crime, which I would hope you would, because they weren't invited in the way they claimed they were, right? They were not there. They didn't go through security the way the rest of us have to go.
Actually, we have a lot of video of people just walking through security, being literally escorted by the Capitol Police. I'm not saying everybody did that. No, some people broke in. They broke windows. They did great. We have all that on tape too. But we also have hours of tape of people walking through, basically getting a guided tour from the Capitol Police. And these people act like it doesn't exist. They'll never admit it exists. It's another one of these things that they think they talk to an echo chamber, and they think the rest of us are just part of their echo chamber. But we're not. We actually do our own research. We have alternative journalism now where people research this stuff. It's not just you people don't run the narrative anymore. They don't get it yet. I don't know that they ever will.
Go through to get into the Capitol. They were prosecuted. They were convicted. And now they're serving jail time. And he has said repeatedly that they're political prisoners and he is going to spring them, right?
Which he has every right to do.
What does that tell you about how he's going to weaponize the Justice Department and on whose behalf?
Weaponize the Justice Department. Again, you hear what you're saying? Weaponize the Justice Department. Right now, the Justice Department is a weapon against anyone that doesn't believe or go along with the left's narrative or the left's agenda. That's what the Justice Department is right now, a weapon.
On behalf of people who committed crimes for him, not for anybody else.
I mean, I admire your, I don't know if I want to call it naivete or optimism that Trump
She is such a twerp. And now he's going to light her up.
is going to run on the policies you care about deregulation and tax cuts and whatnot. That's just not what his campaign was about.
Well,
That's not what he has indicated.
With all due respect, I've run more campaigns than you, and I know what campaigns are about, and I know why people walk into voting booths.
Why
You're
people
totally
walk into
wrong.
voting booths and what Trump plans to do when handed the presidency are two different things.
All right.
This mic drop right there on her. I can't see her get slam dunked enough. She is the worst. The worst. I mean, talk about an overeducated, useless person. That's the definition. Her picture in a dictionary, overeducated, useless person, her photo. That's it. That's it. As I said, a friend of mine who I text and talk to all the time, and He had a good one today. He said, anytime he gets questions from the press, and this is what it's going to be like in the press conferences again. It's going to be hysterics, the screaming. Remember with Kayleigh McEnany and Sarah Huckabee Sanders, the press going crazy. You never see that with you didn't see it with Jen Psaki. You didn't see it with Cringe John Pierre, whatever. You never see it. The press, even if they give her a question here and there, it's never the yelling and the constant talking over each other, trying like a bunch of crazed fools. It's going to happen again. So he says, my friend says, anytime the crazed fools, they start going nuts, either it's a question directly towards Trump or at his press secretary, here's the answer. The American people want this, and they have spoken. That's it. That's it. This is the mandate. We have a Republican president that has received a electoral college landslide and a popular vote beating. In every demographic, he gained. Historically gained amongst every demographic, every segment of the population, in every state except Washington state. One state, he didn't gain. One. This was a historical, transformative election. And if they do hold on to the House, the Republicans, which it looks like they should, all the, slow roll voting in California, vote counting in California aside, looks like they should. We need to put the hammer down day one and ram the agenda, because that's exactly what they would do on the other side if they could. Exactly what they would do. So tell me what you guys think in the comments. I appreciate you watching. Like, share, and subscribe. Continue to follow me at Opinions Vary.